Where is he? Where is he? Where the hell? Oh, nose tackle. Nose, head up. I could wish I could move like this. All right. He's the right shade nose tackle. Does he quick? Yeah, boy, that's nice. He's got nice hands. And then change of direction. The COD on him. My friends, look at this. We've been through a few of the defensive tackles. You guys know how I feel about Tavondre Sweat and my conflicted feelings about both how he fits the scheme and perhaps some personal discipline issues that he's demonstrated throughout the years. You know that I like Braden Fisk. You know that when we did Byron Murphy, that was when the Texans still had a first-round pick. This brings us to one of the top 30 visits the Texans have had with Michael Hall Jr., the 6'2.5", 299-pound absolute pipe wielding, want to kick you in the dirt, 3 late hits on the quarterback this year alone, defensive tackle out of Ohio State. I like this kid a lot. I can see where in some respects he doesn't have the same athletic upside, or more importantly, he hasn't had the same production as some of these other guys. But this is the thing to keep in mind. He's one of the youngest defensive tackles in this class, and I think that shows up in his play sometimes. He's a little bit raw in some respects, but wins a lot of pass rush downs. Let's take a look at him. Plays 3 technique and play nose tackle, really quick hands, keeps pressing upfield. Remember, that's one thing that I get a little bit nervous about with smaller guys sometimes is when you are double teamed. You don't have to win every double team, but you got to push the pocket. He's got really strong legs and leverage and keeps pushing the pocket here on a relatively quick release. I like that a lot about him. I mean, he's tenacious as all hell. Run game, uses hands well, sheds. This isn't a highlight reel, by the way. This is just him versus Notre Dame. Quick. Oh, he's a nasty little dude. Like a double team there, got locked up. No big deal. Left defensive tackle here. Okay, screen here. This is one thing where his youth shows up sometimes. Right there, he should know that this is screen. And when he gets shed right there, he should skedaddle back. That's right. I said skedaddle and follow those dudes to the ball carrier. So let's see if he does that. They toss him. He recognizes, he realizes at least, but as the ball's coming out. This is the big thing, though. I can guarantee you right now, I've watched enough of him. He's going to hustle his ass off. Go, 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 go. Actually overruns the wide receiver on that one. I mean, he's got a nonstop motor, and he's got the thing that I like about him compared to Braden Fisk is that Braden Fisk will keep going, but he kind of just gets stuck at the line sometimes on the ground here. That's not good. Whereas Mike Hall Jr., if he does get stuck, his extra activity seems to at least get him out of it. Right here, this is good to watch. Here you're going to see guard block down, center block down while this guard is pulling. In these situations, a defensive tackle wants to recognize that and just fight back against this dude. Instead, you're going to see that Michael Hall Jr. just keeps getting collapsed down this way. Watch here. He kind of recognizes it, but allows himself to get collapsed. That ends up leaving a big old hole where he should be fighting back against that guard right there. So again, like, he plays his ass off. He does some really good things. There's times where his recognition looks like he's a guy that, he's played a lot of college football, but he's also still just chronologically young. Left defensive tackle, 2-eye technique. So like in a nose and a fourth. Okay, quick swim here. Let's see if he makes it. This is a big one here because he's going outside of his responsibilities. When you do that, like J.J. Watt style, you better make the play. And he does make the play. That's good. Good job, Michael Hall Jr. Watch this. Man, he's not that big, man. He's not that big at all. Look out. Projected to be a second or third rounder, by the way. That's beautiful. That's beautiful if he's allowed to do it. Let's watch one more time. Sometimes this is because there's a blitz, and that was what he was expected to do. His defensive coordinator is Jim Knowles, who was at Cornell when I was at Cornell. And I might have to call up Jim and find out how much out of scheme he went. If Jim will tell me. I haven't talked to him in about 25 years. So right there, theoretically, you'd want him to anchor down on that double team, depending on what the scheme is. He sideswipes it, comes back. Backer does a good job too. Left defensive tackle. All right. He's going to do the exact same thing here. This time there's a bubble. So whether, I don't know if it was freelancing or not, but watch him here. He's going to come outside instead of potentially maybe what he should have been doing is just soaking up space here. Always depending on scheme. I can't tear into these guys when I don't know exactly what their responsibilities are. Buddy, man, that just creates a huge gap there. They rope-a-doped him a little bit. They gave him a little bit of sugar for that freelancing before, and then he got burned for it. 20 years old. One more here, just from you see the good and the bad when you watch the entire game like this. I think stout enough at the line of scrimmage there. He's not a huge guy, and you can totally see how perhaps against NFL offensive linemen, the size is going to be an issue. So you really got to make it up for it with athleticism and tenacity. But watch the strength. I'm guessing he's going to be strong here. Just watch. I bet he presses back. Boom, press back, come across. Good. Yeah, a little feistiness at the end. 3 late hits on quarterbacks this year. He was second best in college football at pass rush win rate, and yet didn't really produce a boatload. So I think some of that perhaps speaks to some of the rawness. You know, the way Will Anderson was winning a lot of pass rushes this year for the Texans, but didn't really learn how to finish until the end. There's something to be said for these guys just being young sometimes. Angry and nasty in all the right ways. I think that we've seen DeMeco likes guys athletic. I like, as much as I like the Tavondre Sweat experiment because he would be a rhythm changer. He'd be a guy that perhaps you could stick in the middle and then have 3 defensive ends rushing at the other positions. You could put athletes all around a big wide orbit of a dude that can stay in the middle and stuff the run. But in terms of what DeMeco probably wants, the very fact that they brought Mike Hall Jr. in for one of the top 30 visits, and the fact that the guys that he had in San Francisco rushing the passer from the inside were maybe of the 295-pound variety, that there's a really good chance that he likes these smaller guys, either a Braden Fisk or a Chris Jenkins or a Mike Hall Jr. Let's watch some highlights, just because I know I get mired down sometimes in some of the things these guys can't do, instead of like the actual like swinging a lead pipe stuff that this dude does. I like this kid as the type of defensive lineman that DeMeco probably likes. Let's remember, of the 3 players who were suspended for illegal hits this year, 2 of them played for the Texans, either at the time they were suspended, Denzel Perryman, or eventually ended up with the Texans after their suspensions were over, Kareem Jackson. DeMeco is a smiling Ned Flanders of an assassin, and he'll never get accused or pinned with anything because he just does everything with a smile. But he wants his guys to be like angry, pipe swinging, kick you in the ribs types of dudes. And I feel like this Mike Hall Jr. is my, frankly, the guy that I'd like to date my sister. A lot of other, I want this nice little docile wallflower of a boy to date my sister. No, I want her to date a real man. Mike Hall Jr., damn it. My sister's happily married, so I don't want her actually dating Mike Hall, but my hypothetical sister. Let's watch some highlights. Oh, grainy end zone. I'm going to find out who I got this from and be sure I link it below. Some of these guys that put together highlight reels for YouTube they're doing God's work. They are. How about I hold my ground on this double team and then wipe outside and just go ahead and swallow up this little dude? How about I do that? I take it, Mike Hall Jr. Playing some left 3 technique here, just a really wide 3 technique out there at the left defensive end, left defensive tackle. Flashed his hands. Man, he can turn the corner quick. That was nice. I saw one guy say they wish he could be a 265-pound linebacker. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if he's got any fat to lose is the thing. Boom. Oh, a little shaking up. All right. Okay. Boy, this is why highlights can really they can really get you in trouble. He's a left defensive tackle here. I was way wrong about that right defensive tackle thing. 4-point stance. Let's see what he does. Hits the 5. Oh, wow. Man, he accelerates fast. He accelerates. After he wins, he accelerates very quickly. Again, I think in comparison to Braden Fisk, sometimes he does a much better job of not getting locked up right here. I've seen times where Braden Fisk right there, when the center wins the hands battle, that's kind of it for him. That's not it for Mike Hall Jr. He fights, comes across, doesn't do a great job tackling all the time. That's another knock on him, and you see a little bit of that there. But with the extra enthusiasm / aggression / anger / this is everything DeMeco wants in a defensive lineman. All right, right defensive end in a 3-man front, right 3 technique, whatever. Ooh, well, that's just him just being mean. Okay. Again, right defensive end. 2 guys rushing the same gap. He comes out. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is some grainy ass footage, but good stuff. All right. Same play, but he's right defensive end, slanting inside. That poor 73 is stuck blocking 2 dudes. And then and then the running back either makes a business decision or just maybe he thinks he's supposed to take the inside guy. I choose to think that it's Mike Hall Jr. intimidated him out of it. Right nose tackle. Oh, quick swim. Okay. All right. Where is he? Where is he? Where the hell? Oh, nose tackle. Nose head up. I could wish I could move like this. All right. He's the right shade nose tackle. Does he quick? Yeah, boy, that's nice. He's got nice hands. And then change of direction. The COD on him. My friends, look at this. All right. Comes at him. Quick swim. 0 space between him and the center when he does it. Comes back, changes direction. Keeps his. This is another big thing. Kids, young defensive lineman. I want you to watch his hips. He doesn't really flip his hips. He just stays really tight to him. And then gives himself the ability to go left or right by keeping his hips parallel to the line of scrimmage, his shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage. He doesn't turn directly towards the running back because that's how you get juked. Just real, and it gets his arms out wide. So he's working on the tackling technique. Sometimes it's hard when you're this naturally gifted, I suppose. I wouldn't know. You can get away with sometimes with just running into people. He's learning, though. Right, playing nose tackle, right shade. Quick slant across the middle again. Keeps his feet there when he could get washed. All right. Man, he's slick with that. He thinks he's slick, and he is slick. Oh, onomatopoeia. Yeah. Bull. He's small, but he's powerful. There's another thing. I worry sometimes Braden Fisk gets, for a smaller guy, he ends up kind of standing up and guys get into his body. One thing about Mike Hall Jr. here is look at the pad level. He's underneath big old 71, gets up underneath him. 71 had him beat at first, had better position, and then boom. Good job by the QB there, man. So starts off in a 3 technique. Does he come all the way across with a spin? He does. He does a really good job disengaging. I think for the negatives for Michael Hall Jr., some of the things that have been cited, flagged 3 times for personal fouls, might be a positive, including roughing the passer penalties on Maryland and Penn State. Career production looks more like a single season. I'm reading this from Dane Brugler's The Beast on The Athletic. That's his draft guide. He calls it The Beast. Notched only 2 tackles in the backfield on 413 defensive snaps in 2023. That is a little bit surprising me. With as quick as he is getting vertical and as aggressive as he can be, I'm surprised that he only had a couple TFLs. I know he had several the year before. Nagging injuries over his career, averaged just 28.3 snaps per game the last 2 seasons. So that's something for the medical staff and the coaches for an somewhat undersized guy. I know that he weighed 299 at the combine or at his pro day. I don't know how much of that was just drinking a bunch of Gatorade beforehand because, man, he's super lean. I don't know if you want him to get any fatter or not, but God, he has got a motor on him. And I think he will produce in the NFL, if only by cleanup, because he's not going to stop. I've seen a couple of screens where he just turns and he runs and he's keeping pace with skill position players running downfield. I really, really like him. Projected to go second through fourth round. I would not be upset at all if the Texans selected him. There's a bunch of guys kind of like Michael Hall this year. The one big thing to keep in mind is he is the youngest amongst them, and Nick likes younger players. I think Nick is one of these GMs that feels like, hey, a lot of these guys just have natural upside through physical maturity, and then some of the play recognition stuff too. That comes with maturity and age and just seeing more reps as well. A lot to like about this kid. So I'll be taking a look at another couple defensive tackles over the next few days. Please, I'm Seth Payne, played for the Texans a long time ago as a defensive tackle. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, listen to our radio show in the morning on Sports Radio 610. Sean Pendergast and I from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. every weekday. You can subscribe to Sports Radio 610 on the YouTube. Easiest way to take in the show is on YouTube. That's down below. Please like and subscribe that as well. Thanks, everybody.